Okay, what I'm going to do is a two-step procedure here. This is as Joel pointed out, this is a crotch, and I really enjoy working in crotches. So I'm going to, what? I'm going to.
Is this called transsexual
I'm
turning?
going to, what?
Is it transsexual turning?
You know, you have to be very careful about how people interpret what you say. I remember the bishop was giving a sermon in the church one Sunday, and he was bemoaning the fact that there was a great shortage of nuns and priests. And he said the solution to this is that every family should have 3 children. One for the father, one for the mother, and one for the church. And about 3 days later, he went in the supermarket to do some shopping, and he sees one of his pregnant parishioners across the store. And she yells out to him, "Hello, Bishop, this one is yours." So you have to be careful how you say things. In fact, even the intonation of a specific word can be very important. I remember a story about this fellow who was going to work one morning, and he sees a new tailor shop down near the subway, and it says, "The name is Fink, and what do you think? I press clothes for nothing." So the next day, he brings in a few pair of pants to be pressed, and he picks them up that night, and the guy says, "That's $7. He says, "Well, no, your sign says you press them for nothing." He says, "No, you misread the sign. It says the name is Fink, and what do you think? I press clothes for nothing?" Okay, now we're going to start. And I'm going to start taking this bark off using a side cut bowl gouge. Those people in line may find a little bark coming their way, but I'll start very carefully at the edge, try to minimize the stuff that's flying your way. Bob, I'm so happy you're sitting right there.
No problem.
Well, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You said you saw the logs in half. Why?
Well, I'm sorry?
You saw the branch in half.
Yes.
Why?
Because I wanted to cut a transaxial branchwood turning.
Okay.
The other half I have in the box here in case something goes wrong with this, or I'll raffle it off later.
But generally, when I do something like that, I turn enough to get the faceplate on. It gives you a lot more opportunity to do whatever you want with it.
Yes, and I mounted this faceplate so that I didn't have to bring up the tailstock to hold it in place. What I sometimes do is just drill a 1-inch diameter hole in it, and I have a center drive point that fits right into that and holds it pretty well. By the way, if you're going to use that approach, you have to drill a hole for the center to sit into. I remember reading about the value of a 2-prong center because it allows you to move the wood a little bit to get the position you want and the kind of cut you want. And I bought a 2-prong unit, but I didn't think about drilling the hole. And I put it in the wood and it just cut itself right through, kept falling out. So I can't find it now. I think I threw it away. But you have it? Yeah, I gave it to Bob because at the time I didn't realize that you really have to drill a locating hole and then you have the ability to turn it. That's why I couldn't find it.
He'll give it back. What about putting a glue? Why couldn't you just use a glue block?
Yeah, I can use a glue block, but that's an extra step, and I don't really enjoy doing extra steps. Anyway, now that we've got all that accounted for, let's see what I can do here. By the way, when you're turning anything, don't look at the tip. Look up here at the top, and you can really see what you're doing when you do that. When you're looking at the tip, you can't tell what's happening really.
Just stop for 1 second. I think there's still some confusion about what you're turning in terms of what it is, because I'm being asked questions with various people. It's the outside of the branch, and you're turning the outside part of that branch. Can you draw it out or show us exactly what you did, or show it? We have no idea.
You get there. Just wait. Be patient. Oh, patient, patient. The Brady's coming in by the wall. Okay, that's good right there, Bob.
This was a branch that looked like this.
Got it.
And I cut right down the center, parallel with the branch.
I got it.
And it gives me a nice smooth surface to locate the faceplate on, or any other way I want to mount it.
That solved the whole thing.
Okay? Keep the bevel rubbing best you can on the surface of this type. And you swing over. You got a bevel that you keep in, well, I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. In this case, you don't want the bevel rubbing because you want this, the ferrule here, or the center lines to be just about vertical. You're going across here, but as you're going up the side, then you want the bevel to rub. Any questions as I go, please
Well, how
just...
come you have to face your tool rest parallel? You don't have it at a slight angle?
I have it on a slight angle. And you should remember always to turn the piece before you turn on the machine. Make sure that you're not catching this. But it's time to move the tool rest closer to the piece. Okay, we're getting there. Get this section of bark out of here if I could. Now I'm going to start pushing rather than pulling, and I'm going to have the bevel rubbing.